So yeah, make sure you're working within your limits and not pushing yourself into anything that doesn't work for you. Sorry, little camera issue here. Bear with me for a second, guys. Sorry, tech problems. There we go. Hopefully that will stay. There we go. I'm not going to mess with that again now. Hopefully that stays where it should be. Let's go down to our mat to start off with today. So when we're thinking about yoga for, you know, to make sure the body's recovering properly, so sleep is really important for recovery and that kind of thing. So we want to be able to almost reset the nervous system. So we're going to come into a child's pose to start off with. A little bit of a more reflective sort of pose. So knees are nice and wide. My big toes are touching here, and I'm going to walk my hands forward onto the mat. So my forehead is going to come down onto the mat as well. So my low back's feeling a little bit tight today, so my hips are lifting up a little bit higher than what they maybe normally would, which is absolutely fine. So you should be getting a nice big stretch out through the low back here. We're just going to take a few nice deep breaths here. Now, if you can, push those hips down a little bit further towards the heels. You can take a little moment and adjust the knees if you need. And wherever you are here, just make sure your forehead is supported. So we don't want the head sitting up in the air. We want the forehead to be supported, no strain through the neck. Now, if you can't quite get your forehead down to the floor, you've got the option to pop your hands underneath your forehead here. We're going to take a few more big deep breaths here, just letting the body start to settle into our practice this morning. Maybe take a little wiggle side to side if that helps your body to settle down. Maybe take a sigh out here. So big deep breath in and exhale, let it all go. Taking two more like that. Big deep breath in. One more. And then from here, we're going to come on up to all fours. Taking a little round of cat-cow here. So inhale, looking up. And then exhale, rounding through the spine. Take one more big deep breath in and out. That's it. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. That's it. One more here. Inhale and exhale. Coming back to a neutral spine here. I'm going to warm up through the core here because we really want our core activated here. So inhale, push that right leg out behind you. Beautiful. Take a little stretch through the calf. And then from here, we're going to lift up through our left arm. So opposite arm and leg. You can lift that right foot off the floor if that feels okay. And then exhale, knee to elbow. Inhale to lift up. Exhale, knee to elbow, really pulling the core on, belly to spine. Exhale, knee to elbow. Inhale to lift. Exhale, release it on down to the mat. And then from here, we're going to push the left leg back here. So taking a stretch out through the left calf, left leg. And then inhale, lift the right arm on up. Brace your core here. If you like, lift that left leg up. Exhale, knee to elbow. Inhale to lift, and then exhale, knee to elbow. Inhale to lift. Exhale, knee to elbow. Inhale to lift. And then exhale, knee to elbow. Inhale to lift. Exhale, knee to elbow. Last one. Inhale to lift. Exhale, release it on down to the mat. Take a little round of cat-cow here. So inhale, looking up. And then exhale to round through. That's it. Inhale to look up. And then exhale to round through. Beautiful. Inhale, looking up. Keep those shoulders down away from the ears. Exhale to round. Last one here. Inhale, looking up. Then exhale, back to a neutral spine here. Tuck the toes under and we're going to push back to our first down dog. Beautiful. Take a little pedal out through the feet here. So bend one knee, push the opposite heel down. That's it. Beautiful. Keep the muscles in the back of your body engaged. So really pull those shoulders down the back, creating space around your ears. That's it. Taking it back to neutral. So really sink the heels down towards the floor. You can have a little bend in the knees if you need that to create a little bit of space, particularly if the backs of your legs are a little bit tight. Take another breath or two here. That's it. Inhale, lifting up to tiptoes. We're going to walk the feet forward to meet the hands. That's it. Taking a halfway lift and fold. That's it. Inhale to lift on all the way up and hands come to heart center. Take another breath or two here. Settle in. Beautiful. Release the hands down to Tadasana or mountain pose. And then from here, we're going to drop our left ear or right ear to right shoulder, chin to chest, left ear to left shoulder. Come on back to center. We're going to take that round the opposite direction now. So dropping left ear to left shoulder, chin to chest, bring it round the other direction. Come on back to center. Obviously being really careful here if you do have any neck issues. From here, we're going to bring our hands behind our back and clasp our hands together, or you can just push them down behind you, whatever feels better for you. And then from here, we're going to drop our right ear to our right shoulder, and this is going to deepen that stretch through the side of your neck and into your traps. Drop the chin to the chest, and then take it to the other side. So left ear to left shoulder. Come on back up to center. Beautiful. One more breath here. Dropping left ear to left shoulder, chin to chest, and then back around the other direction. Coming back up and release our hands. From here, getting a bit of movement through the spine here, side to side. So inhale, lift the arms on up. Clasp the hands overhead. And then from here, I'm going to drop my hands and my shoulders over to my right hand side. Taking a little side bend here. Nice. Take another breath or two here. Inhale to lift on up. Keep the shoulders down away from the ears. Exhale, bring it to the other side. So hands and shoulders over to the left. Try and keep the weight evenly between the 2 feet. Take another breath or two here. Then inhale, lifting on up. Hands come down behind your body. Pull the elbows back if you can, if that's accessible, of course. If not, you may choose to just bring your hands clasped behind you. Otherwise, hands to hips, lift on up. Wherever you are here, keep your hands in contact with your butt here or with your hips. You're going to lean on back. Make sure your neck is protected here. If that means keeping your chin tucked towards your chest, please do that. Can drop the head back a little bit if you would like. Keep the weight evenly between the 2 feet. The hips might push forward a little bit, but really focus on lifting the chest, pushing the shoulders back and down. Beautiful. Take another breath or two here. And out. Beautiful. Inhale to lift on up, and then exhale down through heart center. Take another breath or two here, really settling. Inhale to lift on up, and then exhale, folding. Beautiful. Inhale, take a halfway lift. Exhale to fold. Plant the hands, stepping back on the right leg. We're going to pop that right knee down towards the floor, And then inhale, lift the arms on up. We're taking a nice stretch through that right hip flexor. So the front of that right hip. I know for me, I've been sitting a bit this week and this feels super tight at the moment. So just be really mindful of where you are. Sink the hips forward and down to take that stretch a little bit deeper. If you like, you can bring your hands back behind, maybe cactus the arms, open the chest. That's feeling really good for me at the moment. Beautiful. Inhale, lift on up. Bring the hands on down to the mat. Step that left leg back. Coming into a plank on your knees here. So high plank. Elbows off the floor here. And slowly bend the elbows. Beautiful. All the way down to the mat with control. So keep a little tuck of the tailbone here. Core stays engaged even when you're flat on the floor. Elbows are up. Light through the hands. And then inhale, lift on up. Brace through your glutes. Low back. Pull the shoulders back. Little back bend. Exhale, release it down to the mat. Bring the hands out nice and wide. Light through the fingers again. Tenting the hands up. Inhale to lift. Exhale, dropping the right shoulder down. Inhale to lift on up. Exhale, drop the left shoulder. So a little bit of a chest stretch here. Inhale to lift. Exhale, release it on down. Keep that tailbone tucked. Low back nice and long. Tuck the toes under, pushing all the way back. Down dog. Beautiful. Take a little pedal out through the feet here. That's it. Nice work. Core on. That's it. Sink the heels all the way down. That's it. Couple of breaths. That's it. Inhale from here. Lift up to tiptoes. Draw that right knee in towards the nose. We're going to step our right foot forward. Brace that foot so the foot comes towards the thumb. And then inhale, lifting on up, crescent lunge. You've got a little bend in that back knee. Little fingers coming towards center, maybe a little bob up and down. Take a couple of breaths here. Nice strong legs, strong hips. One more breath in and then exhale. Hands come down to the mat, stepping forward, taking a halfway lift and fold. Inhale to lift all the way up, hands to heart center. Take another breath or two here. Inhale to lift, exhale to fold. Inhale, take a halfway lift, exhale to fold. Plant the hands, stepping back, left leg. Beautiful. Drop that left knee down. Inhale to lift. Beautiful. Sink those hips forward and down, taking a stretch through that left hip flexor here. Take another couple of breaths here. And then cactus the arms. Sink the shoulders back and down. Little baby back bend. Beautiful. Inhale to lift on up. Exhale. Hands release to the mat. Stepping that right foot back. High to low plank. So settle yourself high to low. Core stays on. Inhale. Cobra. Pull those shoulders back. Exhale to release. Bring those hands out wide. Tent them up onto the fingertips. Inhale to lift the shoulders. Exhale. Drop the right shoulder down. Inhale. Exhale. Left shoulder down. Inhale to lift. So using the muscles in your back and shoulders. Exhale to lower. Elongate that low back. Little bit of engagement through the glutes to stabilize the hips. Hands come by your ribs. Tuck the toes under, pushing back, down dog. Taking a pedal out through the feet here. That's it. Coming back to center if that feels good. Beautiful. Really tilt those hips up nice and high. From here, inhale, lift up to tiptoes. Left knee draws in towards the nose, stepping it through. That's it. Inhale, lift on up. Nice and strong and stable. Little bob up and down if that feels good. Beautiful. Take a couple of breaths here. Beautiful. In and out. Nice, long, even breaths. Exhale. Hands coming on down to the mat. Stepping forward. Taking a halfway lift and fold. Inhale to lift. Exhale, hands come to heart center. Taking a couple of breaths here. Inhale, lifting on up. And exhale to fold. That's it. Inhale, take a halfway lift. Exhale to fold. Plant the hands, stepping back, right leg. Drop that right knee down. Inhale to lift. Exhale, cactus. Sink the hips forward and down. Inhale to lift. Exhale, hands release. Step it back. High to low plank. That's it. Inhale, cobra. Exhale to lower. From here, you've got an option to come all the way up to up dog or lift up just for another cobra. Exhale, release. Tuck the toes under, pushing back, down dog. Lifting strongly through the hips. Take another couple of breaths here. That's it. Inhale, lifting up to tiptoes. If you like, lift that right leg high to the sky. Exhale, bring knee to nose, stepping it through. Inhale to lift on up, crescent lunge. Core is on, nice and stable. 1 or 2 more breaths here. Exhale, hands release down to the mat, stepping it forward, taking a halfway lift and fold. Inhale to lift, hands to heart center. Taking another couple of breaths here. Inhale, lifting on up. Exhale to fold. Inhale, take a halfway lift. Exhale to fold. Plant the hands, stepping back. Right, left leg this time. Drop that left knee down. Inhale to lift. Exhale, cactus. Inhale to lift. Exhale, hands down to the mat, stepping it back. High to low plank. It's a nice strong core. Inhale, cobra. Exhale to lower. From here, cobra or up dog, take your pick. Exhale to lower. Tuck the toes under, pushing all the way back. Down dog. Take a couple of breaths here. That's it. Nice work. Nice tall tailbone tilted upwards. Beautiful. Inhale, lift to tiptoes. Lift that left leg up if that's accessible for you. Knee to nose, step it on through. Inhale, lifting on up, crescent lunge. Take that little bob up and down if that feels good. We've got another couple of breaths here. Exhale, hands coming on down to the mat, stepping it forward. Taking a halfway lift and fold. Inhale to lift, hands to heart center. Taking a couple of breaths here. We move on here. Inhale to lift on up and exhale, folding. Inhale, take a halfway lift. Exhale to fold. Plant the hands, stepping back. High plank. We come high to low. Your knees can be off the floor here. Keep your body nice and strong and straight. Not letting the hips tip down. Make sure we're bending the elbows. Inhale, up dog or cobra. Take your pick. Exhale, back through to down dog. Take another breath of 3 here. That's it. Inhale, lifting on up. Bend the knee, open through the hip. So your shoulders stay level and your right hip opens towards the side of the room. From here, we're going to bring our knee through to our nose, wrap it around towards the opposite elbow, drop the back heel towards the floor, lift on up and shoot that right foot out towards your left for a fallen triangle. Take another breath or 2 here. Exhale, release it down, step it on through. Crescent lunge, lifting on up. That's it. Take another breath of 2 or 3 here. That's it. Nice work. In and out. Nice even breaths. Exhale, hands coming on down towards the mat, stepping forward. Taking a halfway lift and fold. Inhale to lift. Hands to heart center. Take another breath or 2 or 3 here. Inhale to lift. Exhale to fold. That's it. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale to fold. Plant the hands, stepping back on the left leg first. That's it. Followed by the right, high to low plank. That's it. Inhale, up dog or cobra. Exhale, back through to down dog. Take another breath or 2 here. That's it. Have a guess where we're going here. Inhale, left leg lifts up. Exhale, bend the knee, open through the hip. Really yawn it open. Stretching through that left hand side. Bring that left knee through to the nose. To the opposite elbow, drop the right heel down. Shoot that left foot out towards the right, lifting on up. Fallen triangle. Option to bring that right arm overhead. Exhale, release it on down and step it on through. Lifting on up, crescent lunge. And exhale, hands coming on down to the mat, stepping forward. Inhale, take a halfway lift. Exhale to fold. Inhale to lift on up and hands to heart center. Now we're going to mix it up here a little bit. I'm going to offer you a couple more options this time around. So inhale, lifting on up, and then exhale to fold. Inhale, take a halfway lift. Exhale to fold. Plant the hands, stepping back left. Right leg actually. That's it. Stepping back, left leg high to low plank. Inhale, up dog or cobra. Exhale, back through to down dog. Strong core here. Shoulders away from ears. Inhale, lift that right leg up. Bend the knee, open through the hip. Really yawn it open. Bring that knee through to the nose. Bring it to the opposite side. Drop the back heel down. Your option here, shoot it out to the left-hand side, or you can drop that right knee down and take this little modified pose here, depending on what option works best for you here. Full version or knee down. Hand can extend over top if you feel up for it. Exhale, release the hand down, step the foot through, crescent lunge. Lift on up. That's it. Exhale, open it on out, warrior 2. Inhale, flip and reverse. Exhale, coming back to center. Reach, straighten that front leg. Trikonasana. Option to extend that top hand out overhead. Option to work the core, extend that bottom arm as well. Inhale, lifting on up, bend that front knee, reverse. And then windmill it all the way around to the mat, and on your way through, standing splits. Nice little flowing standing splits. Halfway lift and fold. Inhale to lift. Hands to heart center, keeping that neutral pelvis here. So it's a slight, it'll almost feel like a slight tuck of the tailbone here. Inhale, lifting on up. Exhale to fold. Inhale, take a halfway lift. Exhale to fold. Plant the hands, stepping back, left leg. That's it. Stepping all the way back, high to low plank. Inhale, up dog or cobra. Exhale, back through to down dog. From here, it's our left leg that lifts up on the inhale. Bend the knee, open through the hip. Bring that knee through to the nose. To the opposite side, option to drop the knee to the floor or shoot the foot out to the right hand side, lifting on up. Option to extend that top arm. Super strong pose here. Exhale, release it down, step the foot through, crescent lunge. That's it. Exhale, open out, warrior 2. That's it. Settle for a moment. Flip and reverse. Coming back to center, straighten that front leg. Reach to Trikonasana. That's it. Option to extend that top hand out over top. Option to release the bottom hand Working strongly here. Inhale, reverse. That's it. Coming back to center. Windmill the hands all the way around. Lift the back heel. And then as you step through, lift that right heel nice and high to the sky. Stepping it through. Taking a halfway lift and fold. Inhale to lift. Hands to heart center. Take another breath or 2 or 3 here. Big deep breath in. And out. I'm going to take another round here, just to keep the body moving. Inhale to lift on up. Exhale to fold. Inhale, take a halfway lift. Exhale to fold. Plant the hands, stepping back, right leg. Followed by the left leg, high to low. Inhale and exhale. That's it. Inhale, lift the right leg. Bend and open. Knee to nose. Shoot it through if you're going there. Option to extend. Beautiful. Lift. Hand comes down, step the foot through. Inhale to crescent. Strong hips working here. Open out, warrior 2. Keep that front knee tracking over the toes. Inhale, flip reverse. Exhale, come back to center, straighten the front leg. Reach to Trikonasana. Option to extend the top hand. Option to extend the bottom hand. Core is working here. One more breath. Inhale, reverse. Exhale, windmill all the way around. Beautiful. As you step through, standing splits. And release. Taking a halfway lift. And fold. Inhale to lift. Hands to heart center. Taking a breath or 2 here. We've got one more side of this. Inhale, lifting on up. And exhale, folding. Inhale, take a halfway lift. Exhale to fold. Plant the hands, stepping back. Left leg. Followed by the right, high to low. Core on, bend the elbows. Up dog or cobra, core on. Exhale, back through to down dog. Really lift the hips nice and high. That's it. Inhale, lifting left leg up. Bend and open. Exhale, sweep the knee to nose. Shoot it through if that's accessible. Option for knee on the ground. Extend if that's an option for you. Exhale, release it down, step it through. Crescent lunge. Inhale to lift. Bob if you need, or if that feels good. And then exhale to open. Warrior 2, watch where your front knee is tracking. Is it over your toes? Flip and reverse. That's it. Coming back to center, straighten that front leg. Reaching forward, Trikonasana. Option to extend that top hand. Option to extend the bottom hand. That's it. Inhale, lift and reverse. Rebend. Exhale, folding. Lift that back heel all the way up. Beautiful. Standing splits on your way through. Taking halfway lift and fold. Inhale to lift on up. Hands to heart center. Take another couple of breaths here. Letting the body settle. That's it. Taking a few deep breaths here. Opening into Tadasana or mountain pose if that feels good. Inhale to lift on up and exhale to fold. Inhale, take that halfway lift. Exhale to fold. Beautiful, planting the hands, stepping back, right leg. From here, we're going to bring our hands around. So heel toe that left foot out nice and wide. You've got an option to drop the back knee down towards the floor. And then from here, we're going to walk our left hand back around behind that left leg. And you're going to thread your hand through underneath your left knee. So you're in this little bit of a pretzel pose here. You've got an option to keep that back knee lifted if you like. And then from here, you can stay here in this funky little pretzel shape, or you can start to come into a floating dragon if you like. Bring both hands out to the side. Take another couple of breaths here in this balance. And then release it down to the mat. Beautiful. From here, release that left hand out from underneath your foot. Step it back. Beautiful. Push it back up to down dog. Beautiful. From here, we're going to slowly float the feet forward or walk, step or jump them forward to meet the hands. Beautiful. Nice light step if you're jumping. Take a halfway lift. Exhale to fold. Plant the hands. Stepping back on the left leg. Beautiful. You've got an option to drop that left knee down to the floor. Heel toe that right foot out to the side. And we're going to adjust it here, bringing our right hand underneath that arm. So it comes to the outside probably to the outside of your mat, and your shoulder starts to come underneath that or towards the outside of your knee. From here, you can slowly start to lift up that back foot if that feels good. Might give you a bit more space. So you're in a nice wide stance here. You've got an option here to release the hands off the floor and come into a little bit of a balance here. Flying dragon. Take another breath or two here. Beautiful. Release the hands on down to the floor. Stepping it back. You've got an option for down dog, or if you're feeling it more today, come straight into a child's pose, depending on where you're feeling it today. So wherever you are, if you're in a child's pose, make sure your head is supported and there's no strain through the neck. Couple of big deep breaths in here. And out. That's it. Beautiful. Coming on up to all fours. Take a little round of cat-cow here. And then from here, we're going to shoot our feet forward and come into a comfortable seat. So stretching the legs out nice and long here. If you've got a block or a cushion or something nearby, please grab that. We're going to come on down to our back. And we're going to start with just hugging the knees in towards the chest and take a little roll through the ankles. From here, moving this into a happy baby. So you're grasping the outside edges of the knees or the ankles or the feet, depending on where is accessible for you today. And we're going to really keep the back flat on the floor as much as you can. Bring the knees towards the armpits. A few more deep breaths here. That's it. Take a little rock from side to side if that feels good. And then slowly start to release the feet down towards the floor. If you've got that block or cushion, you may choose to grab that here. If not, then that's absolutely fine. You can run without. So lifting up to a glute bridge, holding here. If you've got a block or a cushion, you may choose to come into a supported variation here and pop the block underneath your hips for a little bit of support. This feels quite nice. Having a cushion or something, a nice thick cushion or a pillow or rolled up towel is great if you don't have a block. Just for future reference. And you can just stay here. We're going to stay here for a couple of breaths. About 3. The more active version is obviously to do this without the block or cushion. And slowly release the hips down to the floor if you don't have a support underneath them. If you have a block underneath your hips or cushion, keep that there. And we're going to lift the legs wherever you are, hips on the floor or on your block or cushion. Lift the legs up towards the ceiling. So the legs stay nice and straight here. We're going to come into a legs up the wall, which is right here. Just finding that spot. So bring the legs forward and back until you find that spot where the legs just rest. So there should be a point where you're not having to exert too much effort to keep the legs in the air. So try and find that spot where it seems like a little less effort to keep the legs there. Take another couple of breaths here. Slowly releasing the legs down to the floor, releasing your cushion or block from underneath the hips. Take a little windscreen wiper from side to side. Now, if you would like, you've got the option to drop this into a supine twist. So coming on over, dropping the knees to one side. Obviously, if you've got any low back issues, you may choose to steer clear of this. Otherwise, knees over to the side. And then coming back to center, dropping the knees over to the other side here. And coming on back to center when you're ready. Bring the hips back in towards center. And from here, you've got an option to bring the soles of the feet together, knees out nice and wide, into a Supta Baddha Konasana. So from here, you can choose to stay here. Or if this feels a bit too much, just hold here for a breath or two and then release the legs out nice and long. If you want a little bit more, you can take your block or cushion and pop that underneath your shoulder blades. So if you're doing that, popping it underneath your shoulder blades, come on back down and just make sure your neck and head are supported. So make sure that it's not too much strain on the neck to keep your head supported here. So you don't want your head sitting in the air like that, putting strain on the neck. Make sure your head is resting on the floor or on another block or cushion. You can choose to keep the knees out wide, soles of the feet touching. Or if this is all a bit too much for you and you feel like it's more your style this morning, you can just rest the body out long into our typical Shavasana. Taking another couple of breaths here. Big deep breaths in, letting the front of the body really open. Wherever you are, the shoulders are settling back onto the floor. Take another breath or 2 or 3 here. And nice deep breath out, side out if that feels good. Coming back to center, slowly releasing off that block. If you're on a block, release it off. Let the legs stretch out nice and long. Let the arms stretch out long if that feels good. And then slowly from here, we're going to roll on over to our preferred side, whatever that is for you this morning. Taking a couple of deep breaths here on your side. You can use your arm for a pillow if you like. And then coming on all the way up to a comfortable seat. Whatever that looks like for you this morning. Bringing the hands to the heart center. Then bringing the thumbs to the forehead. In gratitude to those who've shared the space with us this morning. Releasing the hands. And thank you for joining me this morning, guys. Whatever you've got on for the rest of the day, have an amazing rest of the day. And I hope to see you guys again soon. So I'll be covering again on Monday as well. I've got my usual Saturday class. I'll be covering on Monday for the next 2 Mondays as well. So I hope you guys have an amazing rest of your day. Any comments or questions, let me know. Otherwise, thank you for joining us.